welcome to our 2023-2024 BPA broadcast production team, the Frisco News Network.
I'm Jackson Vaerewyck, and my role in this broadcast team was the anchor, interviewer, and chief editor.
I'm Engleman, and my roles for this production were anchor, drone flyer, and sub-editor.
I'm Nash Horton, and my roles in this production were the meteorologist, cameraman, and sub-editor.
Alright, so when looking at our pre-production and brainstorm, first we had to decide on what we wanted to compete in. And when considering our previous work and our future careers, we felt that the broadcast production would be our best competition.
He mentioned previous work. My previous work in broadcasting is my work with the Frisco Sports Network and NBC Sports, so our experience going into this competition was immense.
Next, we had to identify our local hero, which is the main criteria for the broadcast production. After reaching out to a variety of people, we settled on Frisco Mayor Jeff Cheney. Next, we had to distribute our roles of interviewers, anchors, and our meteorologist, as stated earlier. Following that, we had to create our interview questions. As we brainstormed topics for questions, we decided on our top 3 to 4 that were business related and things that Mayor Jeff Cheney had done in recent years. And finally, we created our news script, which would serve as an overall plan of what our production would look like.
After we picked our local hero, Mayor Jeff Cheney, as we talked about, we had to complete our interview with Mayor Jeff Cheney, as you can see pictured above, with a 3-camera setup that was a very professional vibe to it. So after we had those 3 cameras filming, we had to identify which clips from that interview, we wanted to use. And then we utilized the football program at our school's drone to get various drone shots across Frisco to match up the B-roll of the drone to whatever Jeff Cheney was talking about when we asked him about insightful projects like the Star or PGA. After that, we wanted to give a break between our local hero story and our weather segment, so we decided to get a stand-up package at the Star in Frisco, where I set up a camera and microphone and interviewed various people, including a couple that came more than 3 hours out all the way from Anna, Texas, to come out and see the Christmas extravaganza at the Star. And you can see pictured here that I interviewed workers that were part of the parking crew of all the craziness that happened at the Star that night. Then after that, we had to divvy up the responsibilities of what the anchors would do, and we had to complete the segments for not only the beginning, middle, and end, because it's not an actual live show, so we had to edit them specifically to match up with the times of the microphone. Lastly, we had to utilize green screen technology to create the weather segment that Nash Horton, our meteorologist, was talking to a green screen about how to implement our weather graphics so that the viewer could not tell there was actually a green screen behind him.
Transitioning into our post-production process, the information that we had gathered allowed us to upload interviews, drone shots, anchor shots, and weather segments to Premiere Pro. So in Premiere Pro, we were able to cut select videos with voiceovers, adding text and audio. This allowed our broadcast to have precise audio as well as limiting background noise. Additionally, we edited our broadcast thoroughly, and we received feedback from multiple highly qualified individuals, such as our broadcast teacher, Mr. Burnett. And we revised our broadcast to eliminate errors and allow our broadcast to be the most efficient and effective that it could possibly be. Furthermore, we used specific clips to create a teaser and cut audio from the final broadcast to place in the teaser. This teaser served as a pop and allowed us to draw our readers' attention and also foreshadowed what was going to occur next in the broadcast. And lastly, we concluded with end credits.
So when looking at our equipment, technology, and software, first we decided to use 2 Canon XA30 cameras. These cameras gave us alternate perspectives during our interview with Mayor Cheney to have multiple camera angles. Next, we used the DJI Fly drone. As Jackson stated earlier, these drone shots were utilized to give visual representations of what Mayor Cheney was talking about for the new projects in Frisco, such as the Star, the UNC campus, and our CTE Center, as seen in our teaser. Next, we used the Canon DM E100 microphones to have the clearest audio for our broadcast.
Going into technology, we used our MacBook Pro to edit, revise, and upload the completed video. This MacBook Pro served as the foundation for everything, and it connected our video together to allow our broadcast to be as perfect as possible. And for software, we used Premiere Pro, where we edited, combined clips, transitions, and animations. This allowed our broadcast to be visually appealing, accurate, and fluid.
And Nash mentioned that we used Premiere Pro to edit. As you can see right here below, we utilized the Ultra Key effect along with various other effects in Premiere Pro, as I talked about earlier, to make the green screen you can see before we used the Ultra Key effect and after the Ultra Key effect, so that the viewer couldn't even tell that there's actually a green screen where Nash is talking during our weather segment. We also utilize other editing softwares like Photoshop to come up with the Frisco News Network logo, similar to the CNN logo, but we added a raccoon tail at the end to give it a visual pop. So thirdly, we synced audio from the microphones from all the segments that we did because we used multiple cameras in every shot that we shot, so we had to go into Premiere Pro, utilize a visual factor that we did in the actual video to sync up the audio to the best quality audio of our microphones. Lastly, we applied additional royalty-free music from Megatracks using the district's login to give us royalty-free and copyright-free music to avoid any problems with our video later on.
And here is our works cited.
Thank you.